For anyone with a set of eyes, it was evidence that the Knicks had a disastrous season in 2022. They didn't even make the play-in despite snapping their 8-year playoff drought the year prior. Julius Randle went from an All-NBA player to a very inefficient scorer with bad body language, and the renowned defense from the 2021 season plummeted all the way to 19th in the entire league. However, things are currently looking great in the Big Apple, as the Knicks are on a 4-game winning streak, have struck it rich with the Jalen Brunson signing, and look to be turning their season around. In this video, we'll look at what's aided the Knicks' rise as of late, explore as to why the Jalen Brunson signing was a sensational one, and look at the younger guys on the roster that are currently making a name for themselves. But before we do that, be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel. Also, be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Through the Knicks' 4-game winning streak, they've actually beaten quality competition while playing some of their best ball of the season. They limited the Cavaliers to just 81 points in a double-digit win. They blew out Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks in a 24-point win, where Randle had 34 points and the Knicks shot 47% from 3. They blew out the Charlotte Hornets on the road by 19 points, and they beat the Sacramento Kings by 13 to get above 500. So, what caused this turnaround? Well, it's fair to say that their perimeter defense has taken a huge leap after Tibbs made some adjustments to the rotation. Derrick Rose and Cam Reddish are out, Miles McBride and Quentin Grimes are seeing an uptick in minutes, and the Knicks have now been sensational at guarding the perimeter. Over the last 4 games, the Knicks have held opponents to just 30 for 136 from the 3-point line, which is an absurd 22% from 3. They're switching and communicating well, they're moving well off the ball, and they're showing activity and effort that prevented teams from dropping north of 102 points on them, like in literally every game prior. It definitely goes without saying, but the Knicks' defensive turnaround as of late is obviously a collaborative effort. However, we need to highlight both Quentin Grimes and Miles McBride as hugely impactful players on that end. At 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, Quentin Grimes is an athletic, intelligent wing defender capable of taking on assignments from Ja Morant, Donovan Mitchell, and Luka Doncic. He fights over screens, plays passing lanes well, recovers well for contest, and is effective as an on-ball and off-ball defender. The 2021 second-round pick Miles McBride doesn't have the physical tools that Grimes does, but he's already made his presence felt defensively after finally breaking into the rotation. Matter of fact, the 2-man lineup of Grimes and McBride on the floor has a defensive rating of just 78 and net rating of plus 11.2 in 70 minutes played together. That's not to say that they're the greatest partnership of all time or anything like that, but the Knicks have struck it rich with their new tweaks to the rotation, just like how Jalen Brunson has been a godsend at the point guard position. In the offseason, there were many critics of the Brunson signing, citing that he was overpaid relative to other quality point guards in the league, and overpaid based off of the actual value that he would offer to the Knicks. However, as I noted in a previous video, the Knicks weren't paying just for the regular season Brunson that we saw play alongside Luka, but rather getting the services of the one who rose up to the occasion in the NBA playoffs. And even then, there were many key areas where Brunson would help out the Knicks regardless. He's still excellent at pushing the pace and operating in transition, uses excellent vision to be a playmaker on the break or even in the half courts on pick and rolls, kickouts, and even through his uncanny ability to post up other guards and pass out of the post. He's still more than willing to play off the ball, is still good at finishing at the rim and connecting on those shorter mid-range attempts, and can break down the defense to create easier look for himself and his teammates. Quite frankly, it's been an eternity since the Knicks had an all-in-one point guard who can give them 20 and 6 on any given night, but now it's a reality for them as he makes life a bit easier for Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. After an All-Star and All-NBA season in 2021, Julius Randle had a season from hell in 2022. He regressed as a shooter from literally every aspect, shooting just 31% from 3 and being one of the worst volume mid-range shooters in the entire league. Matter of fact, he was one of the worst volume jump shooters in the entire league last season. Didn't help the situation with his rather dismissive and combative attitude towards his teammates, and made many question the ginormous extension that the Knicks handed to him at the start of the season. But over the last 4 games, Randle has averaged 28, 10, and 4 and got to the line at high rates during the Knicks' win streak and is looking more and more like the all-star that he was 2 seasons ago. He's not quite as efficient as he was in 2021, shooting just 34% from 3 on the season, on the highest volume of his career, but the better body language, aggressiveness, and the fact that most of his 3-point attempts are catch and shoot attempts are very encouraging. Moreover, RJ Barrett's play has been a mixed bag through 27 games, just like Randle's. The former 3rd overall pick in the 2019 draft shot just 41% from the field on the season, 29% from 3, and is taking even fewer free throw attempts than last season at a worse percentage. He's still not finishing well at the rim, comparing fairly mediocre to others at his position at just 57%, and a lot of these attempts are gimmies that he should be connecting on. His decision making is still questionable at times, particularly making life more difficult for himself when he shouldn't be, and he hasn't made the leaps as a defender that we'd like to see from him or someone of his frame and athleticism. However, that's not to say that the door is officially shut on Barrett being a star or prominent player in this league. He, just like Randle, had a good 4-game stretch, albeit on questionable efficiency, and keeps giving us glimpses of what he could be. But he's still only 22 years of age and has plenty of time to prove whether he's worth every penny of that lucrative extension. The Knicks have other effective contributors like Mitchell Robinson, who's still an ultra-efficient lob threat and finisher at the rim, Emmanuel Quickley, who's still a solid presence off the bench, and the Knicks are still waiting on the return of Obi Toppin from injury. And just as important, Tibbs has shown a willingness to mess around rotations in order for the team to produce results. Overall, the New York Knicks seem to be headed in the right direction. They will definitely be held back due to them being the 3rd worst 3-point shooting team in the league, and they'll still need more consistency from Julius Randle and RJ Barrett in order to be anything of note in the Eastern Conference. But if that happens and they find a semblance of that 2021 defensive magic, then the Knicks can for sure be a playoff team once again. With that being said, please let me know how you feel about the New York Knicks and their 4-game winning streak in the comment section down below. What has surprised you about the Knicks' stellar play and defense as of late? Also, what do you think of Jalen Brunson's massive impact on this Knicks team? Additionally, what are your expectations for the Knicks for the rest of the season? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and also be sure to sub to the channel for more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.